So let's talk crypto.com, man. We have another license from another high value market. Crypto.com's Dubai entity just received a virtual asset service provider license for specified virtual asset service activities. This is coming from Dubai's Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority. Now, we've been talking a lot about them recently. About a month ago, we reported on XRP's clearance in that exact same region, and then Solana got the go-ahead too through the DMCC. So both of those assets got a lot of attention after the fact. And what we learned is that it establishes you in the eyes of entrepreneurs, tech heavyweights over in that region who want to explore blockchain and DLT. Now, crypto.com has been bumped to the top of that discussion because they were already in there, which is something else we're going to talk about too. But the license is subject to further operational approval, and following that operational approval, the license will allow crypto.com to offer regulated services, including exchange services, broker-dealer services, management and investment, and lending and borrowing services targeted at retail and institutional investors. Now, if you didn't get a chance to check out our last episode on crypto.com, I shared a clip that I believed was the origin of the relationship between them and the World Economic Forum. And I found it very funny who they were sitting in this room with. Take a look.
First of all, thank you for having me here. And I'd like to share with you that my marketing team thought that it's a bad idea for me to join a technical panel. But the reality is, given my hats that I'm wearing with the government, all the roads are taking us to digital. So under my domain, obviously, I look at the Abu Dhabi economy, or economic affairs, which covers the traditional sectors, SMEs, industrial, logistics, and now we're looking at more of the individuals, which is the Abu Dhabi Residence Office that attracts talents, attraction, facilitation, and retention. So we have also a special projects team that looks at now more effectively the capital markets, and in that terms, we have worked hand in hand with ADX, the exchange in Abu Dhabi, and the ESCA regulator to come up with the SPAC regulations, first in the GCC. We're also rolling out new asset classes like preferred shares and convertibles to be listed in the country, given that the SPVs are allowed now to list onshore. We're looking at securitization, we're looking at tokenization. So that special project team is now evolving to 4Web. We're also working closely with ADGM and the ESCA regulator to do the virtual assets. We've already launched in the private consultation, the public consultation phase 1, and we're working on phase 2 as we speak.
So I'm from crypto.com. One of the main reasons for here to be here today is that we're a foundation partner of Investopia. We believe it's a great forum to bring talented people, ideas to create the new economy. And we want to invest, share knowledge, content, and build this platform with the UAE. So that's one of the main reasons. And of course, we are investing in the region. And we just announced that we open our regional office for the Middle East and Africa here in the UAE in Dubai.
Now, coming out of that meeting, crypto.com landed a provisional license in June of 2022. This was followed up by a preparatory license in March of this year, which essentially brought us to the point that we are at today. So I put together this map of global coverage for crypto.com. This is a list of all the countries where crypto.com is officially licensed to do business. We have a total of 12 of them here. And thanks to a report that I found from CoinCub, we can actually compare where this ranks amongst the other major exchanges on the market. Now, Binance has a total of 14 of these, but crypto.com again has 12, and they are tied with Coinbase. Now, no other exchange or platform on the market right now has as many as Coinbase or crypto.com. So that puts crypto.com in the top 3 when it comes to this category of who's licensed to do business. And that's another thing. If you want to know which exchange to start, well, according to the ones who have their papers in order on a global scale, crypto.com, Coinbase, and Binance. Now, funnily enough, when I was looking into Coinbase's situation, they have something called a trust network, which is it's weird. It's like they're a member of the network, but the network gives them licensed permissions. Such strange rabbit hole. Don't really have time to dig into it, but with those statistics, CRO has more of these licenses than platforms like Bitstamp and eToro. So I knew once I started to see these start to stack up that they had a very high significance. They were very important. Now I'm starting to see the bigger picture. And here's some shocking statistics for you too in relation to that. More than 3,000 crypto companies have one of these, so pretty much everyone has at least one. However, there are only 9 companies on the market who have more than 5 of them, which means that they have licenses in more than 5 different countries. It's only 9. There are at least 300 crypto exchanges listed on CoinMarketCap alone, and none of them are verified where they stand. Isn't that something, man? You'd be shocked at what you find out when you do a little research. So amongst the top tier exchanges, crypto.com, according to the paperwork, is top 5, top 3 when it comes to this category. Okay, top 3. Now, again, these licenses, they give these crypto companies legal clearance to run their market, their products, to basically avoid all the pitfalls that Ripple is dealing with here in the United States and several other companies, with the exception of Adira Hashgraph, deal with here in the United States when it comes to marketing and promoting their products, doing ICOs, things like that, right? These licenses is preventing that same thing from happening to these companies in other places of the world. That's the importance of having them. That is why we're able to see all of these developments happening so much faster in other parts of the world. It's because they go over there, they register their business, they show them their books, they like, hey, here's our white paper, here's our blockchain, here's what we plan to do, here's the numbers of what we've done so far. What do you got? What do you got for us? You got a spot? They say, yeah, you can come on over. And then next thing you know, there's a festival here and a conference there and a building this and a new ATM that. That's how it works. And that's what's not happening here in the United States. And that's a bit of a problem. But even with that, crypto.com is one of those very special assets where, again, they have an advantage here in the U.S. market. Okay? For one, the domain name, the branding. A1. Secondly, you got the naming rights to the biggest sporting venue in the United States. So once the United States, from a political perspective, regulatory perspective, gets it all together, you're going to have the retail stream on lock. Okay? I found something else too. And this goes back a little bit as well, back to 2022. April 22nd of 2022, Crypto.com issued a 4-year gift to MIT. Now, MIT is the same school and program that is working with the Digital Currency Initiative, which is responsible for studying CBDCs on behalf of the U.S. government. This is a 4-year gift that was given to them last year. And I know I can't do, all the math, but the little math I can do tells me that it ain't been 4 years yet. So what does that gift include? Just on the surface reading, it provides research and technical expertise and access to different blockchain testing environments. So in a sense, they're contributing their knowledge and information on the blockchain space to MIT, so that way MIT can figure out how to digitize fiat and save the country. Is that just what it looks like to me? Because Crypto.com also has a couple of these with the Secure Blockchain Initiative at Carnegie Mellon, which is another Ivy League institution, and as well as being a member of the Blockchain Association out in Singapore. So when it comes to the educational influence, the influence amongst academia, who are 9 times out of 10 gonna provide the funding to the developers that are going to build on these chains, right? Crypto.com has a very special spot there, right? And then something else too, and this actually came from one of our listeners, guys. It was very cool. I'm gonna throw this image up here, but I see it all the time too. Okay, last time Detroit, they did the Grand Prix in Detroit this summer. Crypto.com banners all through downtown. It was lovely. I was doing a video shoot at the same time, so when I get in town, I can see it right across the freeway. But this is actually out in Vegas. All right, the Las Vegas Grand Prix, I believe, is this weekend, and they are getting ready. And one of our listeners got a quick snapshot, and as you can see here, what I love is that there's nothing better than real world adoption. It ain't nothing better than real world adoption. But with that though, guys, that's really all I got. I'm done shouting. These licenses are very important, and crypto.com is definitely in a unique position by having the most on the market right now. As far as, you know, when it comes to the numbers, right? Price and all of that. Well, you have to look at it like this. If they are legally allowed to be in more places, that means that there will be more blockchain activity in more places. And when you have more blockchain activity, then you have an impact on price activity. Okay, because they're going to start seeing volume go in and out the chain. Traders are going to see that and be like, oh, there's some money to be made here. Let me get a position. And that's how you get a price pump. So with that, guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, you know, I want you to have a great day, have a prosperous day. And always remember, if the money is digital, so is the hustle. I'll see you in the next one.